saying you'll get visible after things totally calm down, right? Meanwhile, your calendar is feral, like a crazy cat, all over the place. Colors, you can't even remember what they are anymore. Your inbox is totally on fire. Yeah, you wish you could set fire to it. And later has been lying to you for years because you know what? The truth is, you are the best kept secret, my friend. You're busy doesn't equal visible. Hard work doesn't magically broadcast itself across the radio waves. Nope. That's why the Brew and Stew Media Spotlight exists. That's right. A collaboration between Nicole Borghi and Colleen Stubbs. One booking, two podcasts, no pitching, no chasing, no pretending you enjoy the outreach. We know you don't. Nobody does. You show up, you talk like the authority you already are. Your message gets heard on purpose to an aligned audience. Stop waiting. Stop hiding behind the busy button and book your Brew and Stew Media Spotlight package now, because staying invisible is a choice and you're not going to do it anymore. You're going to be visible. You're going to be influential. Scan the QR code.
Good morning, good morning. Hey, good morning, Vietnam, as Robin Williams used to say. Looks like we got a little issue with some Wi-Fi going here. If I can get that back on, the not playing, not playing, not playing. All right, well, let's stop that. Looks like it's still showing up for some reason. Hey, hey. Hey, hey, goodbye. All right, what's going on here? Good morning. It's raining, you guys. I don't know where you are. I'm on the East Coast. It is raining, raining, raining like cats and dogs outside. I did get to go to out for a walk this morning, and I know my camera is just so kind of weird. I'm trying to find the good spot. You get new equipment and you know that it's a total different setup, and it takes a while to kind of get used to where everything is and what it looks like. But it does look like that everything is going okay. We are going live. That is good. That is good. Even though Ocala, the speed test says that the Wi-Fi is a little in and out. So, hey, that's what happens. The weather. What do? You still kind of just go on and do your thing. Glad to be here. Love you guys. Have a good morning. Good morning. Love to hear where you're at in the chat. Say hello. Um, Let me know what's going on. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Looks like my LinkedIn is working this week. I don't know. Did you guys have any questions about that? And it's learning and it's doing. And you don't learn no matter how much you practice, how much you read and how much you talk about it. You don't know it until you get in there and you start playing around with it and playing with your systems and what's going on, and seeing for yourself what happens, what works. But let's get into it. And my cohort today is a little sick. She is under the weather, Colleen. So hey, sending her love, light, get better, feel better, do better, right? Hopefully things will. Why is my hmm. All right. Hello, hello. You know, looks like my camera is I don't know what happened. It got a little, I tried to put it up here on the desk. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I tried to put it up higher so I don't hit it because I talk with my hands. I don't know. What about you? Do you guys talk with your hands? Are you Italian too? Hey, hey. All right. Good things going on. New events coming up in the Voice Lab. If you guys aren't there, I don't know why. Why aren't you there? You should be there. The Voice Lab is all about getting seen and heard. That's what we're doing. 8:30 in the morning, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So that it is there. That's what it is. And it's about the industry. It's about your speakers, your coaches. You should all be speakers because you got to talk. You got to give a message. You know, you've got to talk about your business. People want to know what's happening kind of behind the scenes, right? They want to know, what are you doing for your business? It's to work together, to get seen, get heard, and are you connecting? There's lots of stages out there. It's really about strategic events that are there for aligned audience, and that's what we're doing. That's what we're seeing. It looks like, okay, did that clean up? Nope, it didn't. I must have touched something. No. Okay, so it's a little bit better. Hmm. Nope, it is kind of weird and fuzzy. All right. It looks good in one screen. It doesn't look too good in the other screen. But hey, anyway, all right, I got another camera to set up. One thing at a time, and you don't learn by doing. If I wasn't on here, I wouldn't know, hey, is this working? Is it not working? I can assume that it does. So let's see for 1 second. Let me apologize for that. Let me clean that off. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, back on. Hey, hey, good morning. All right, here we go. Let's do the do. Let's get into it today a little bit better. There it is. It's working. All right. So good morning. Good morning. Love seeing you guys. Love hearing from you. So let me know where you're at today. Hope everything is working. That crazy that crazy it's winter, right? What are we doing? How are we doing? Stay steady, my friend. All right, good camera. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So you guys, the best way to dispel a rumor, learned this in my prior business, law enforcement and security, is to tell the truth. A lot of people want to say, hey, let's be truth tellers, but is it really the truth? Is it the scientific fact? Are you sharing the right thing, or are you pretending that that's happening that way? Is what's going on? What is the truth? What is the truth? Maybe it's your truth, but I remember as being a kid that sometimes my truth wasn't really the truth. It was my moment, and that was that imagination and that feeling. Some of it does reflect, but we do have to look at things. We are looking at things through a business lens, and that's what the Voice Lab is all about today. Let's talk about retention is a real advantage. Who are you retaining as your client, and why clients stay when progress feels supported? So clients absolutely want to get that attention, but that doesn't mean that you're going to make that necessarily that crazy viral video and start knocking on doors and filming yourself for TikTok, or that 15 minutes of fame. That's not always the way that it works, right? When you constantly engage with people and you take a little bit of extra time to send an extra text, not just a good morning, how you feeling today. Those are very important. But you also want to let people know that, hey, did you get the information I sent you? Did you get the email? Is that how does that feel for you? Did you get the commercial? Did you feel that vibed? Was that aligned with you? And asking those important next step questions. Like if I'm putting a commercial together, is the coloring match, does a message match for you? Does it have the right call to action? Because sometimes the call to action on paper doesn't necessarily reflect what you're looking for. So sometimes it can sound a little bit different. Excuse me for a second. I just did a commercial for a client, and it took a little bit of editing, and that's okay. And we need to know that sometimes that first draft is not going to connect and hit. So it may take a few times to do some tweaks, and that's okay. And with the type of video that we have today and the type of systems and the tech we have today, it's exciting because you can get a more instant result. It's not the drama of that huge Adobe slice back in the day, and you don't have to do a lot of filming. You can put things together so much more nicely now. And yeah, there's some AI advantages too. But is it the real message that we want to share? And sometimes those are good. But what is the client happy with what they're getting, right? Is the client getting what they want? And sometimes as a creative, especially if your client is creative too, um, that message might not visually be there. And we need to make sure that at all the times that visual message and that strong call to action at the end and the storyline in the commercial, does that flow right? Does that hit and go, yeah, this is what I want to share? You share it on your YouTube, you share it on your LinkedIn, share it on your Facebook, share it at the beginning of your podcast. You can share commercials and absolutely share it in your networking. And why is that important? Because you want to talk, you want to get in front of the camera, you want to share your message. You should always sponsor yourself, and you can go forward with that. And it's really how invested are you in the projects that you're doing? And when the client knows that they're getting what they want, and you've also impacted them in the deliverable, and you've given what they need as well. That's the ultimate. And so when you're visible, when you're speaking, or you're using a commercial, an ad, a stage, or even a recorded podcast, a recorded message, you got to make sure that that message lands and it's tight, and that people know, hey, I want to get on the phone with you. I want to talk to you. That means that that message is honed right, and it's going to the right and correct aligned audience. And it doesn't need to be a long Facebook ad. Doesn't need to go out to millions of people. Could you even handle all those calls anyway? So it gets a little bit crazy. But this is, clients come back not just because how much you know, but how much they know you care. And 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 that's good, and the feel good's great, but also when you're able to get the right message and talk to people and have the greater connection in the conversation, then you can also give them what you need. And so seems like it's secondary, but it always lands right. And that's whether you're talking about a stage or you're talking about your email. So it's you don't want to chase your clients. You want to keep your clients, and you want them to feel the advantage and feel supported. And when you do that, when you talk to them and you're speaking that same language, and that you're able to really deliver that message, and that they know that it's okay what they're doing. And it's really this way you're not rebuilding your business every month. Nobody wants that to happen, right? You don't need to rebuild that. You need to your clients need to know that you're going to show up. I was watching something this morning, and it was about someone who is in the media business, and I can't think of the name right now, but they're in the media business, and what they're doing, what they were talking about is the reason they got the foot in the door was not because of who they knew, it was because they showed up. And then they showed up enough, they showed up consistently, they showed up on time, and they showed up pretty much sober too, right? That makes a big difference. And it's the reliability. Are you there doing the gopher work too? And sometimes it can feel like it's for naught, but you've got to be there. You've got to do the hard work, and you don't want to rebuild. And once you're there, it's smooth sailing. So people know enough about you, and they know enough that you are a great connection for them because there's reliability there. And more people with the trust factor that's out there, more people are willing to support you because they know that you're there. and you're committed to yourself and you're committed to them, and that makes for a great and good leader. So what do we have going on here today? It's really the longevity that beats those spikes. Sometimes those spikes are great, but have being the new girl on the block or the new girl in the room, everybody wants that quick spark of love and attention, but it's the longevity that gets people to stay. And do you want somebody that really buys from you from like that FOMO factor? Because it only lasts for one or two people. It doesn't last for long term. So really look at that. So that's what I'm encouraging you to do today, folks. I want to thank you for being here. It looks like we're going to get a little more rain. So before it goes cattywampus and it becomes a great cluster, um, you know, so hey, those messages are popping up. Good to see you. Love seeing you. Just got a great message from someone to say hello. And I love that. That's what's so great about going live is you get those messages. Hey, I see you going live, or put a little private message in my DM. I love that. Thanks for being there. Saying hello. It's a little something personal, so it wasn't put in the commentary, but I'd rather have those little slide in your DM and your private messages and say hello. That's always so important. So what do we got going on today? So I want to say to you, thank you so much. Lots of prayers and healing out to my cohort in crime, Colleen. Get lots of rest and chillax for the weekend. And then there's some summits going up, so there's some stages, and know that those stages are there for the aligned audience, whether they're there now or later. You got warm audiences and cold audiences. You want to make sure that you're engaging and engage with those speakers. Those are your best power partners. I cannot say it enough. And we had a great show yesterday with Americo DaCosta, and I want to thank him so much for the real talk yesterday. It was so important because you know what, it's good to know that, hey, you know, you want people to feel good, and you want them to know that they're empowered and those better connections. And we do kind of the same business. So instead of being in competition where, we are on each other's podcast or we're on each other's school platforms saying hello. And I know that this week I am going to get back to being much more active on that and actually putting it into my schedule. I don't know about you, but let me know, what do you have? What do you have planned for visibility? There's a lot of catch up from the summits and all the emails going out and connecting with a wonderful audience that I just generated. I love them so much. But I also love my speakers. It's not but, it's and. I also love the people that come on my stage because I think those are the strongest relationships. Those are the best collaborations. And truthfully, that's your best profit right there because those speakers are there for the same thing. So let's not ignore those people on the stage. So if you're speaking and you want applause, maybe that's a different stage, and certain times that motivational talks are so great and so well needed. But sometimes we got to look at business and where is that hitting. So I want to thank you for being here today. We got a short little podcast, but I want to get to work and start listing some stuff and start connecting to people that just reached out in my DM, and I love them. Thank you for being here. Great to talk to you. Hey guys, always have that conversation, and it's a good talk. Remember to be visible. Remember to be out there, and remember to support your clients every time, all the time. Give them what they want, and then give them the extra value of what they need and make them feel fully supported. That doesn't mean drain your energy. Just be there. Let them know that you're there for them. All right, guys. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Have a great day. Happy Thursday. All right. I am out of here. See